This is Mac OS Ken.
Apple is still strong with the kids. Tim Cook is seriously loaded. And the triumphant tragedy for Apple TV Plus. It is Friday, the 7th of January, 2022. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from macOS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Headspace. Meditation made simple. Get a free 1-month trial at headspace.com/macOSCan. This show is also sponsored by Upstart, fair and fast personal loans. Do you have various bills with varying interest rates? One big debt with a high interest rate? If you're trying to pay off something that vexes you, you should check out Upstart. Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan, all online. Over 1 million people have used Upstart to get a simple fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date. That is Upstart, helping over 1 million people like you make that final payment and get ahead. Upstart looks at more than just your credit score, factoring in income and current employment. You can check your rate without impacting your credit score in minutes for loans between $1,000 to $50,000, and you can receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/macOSCan. UPSTART. That's upstart.com/macOSCan. Don't forget to use my URL to let them know I sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Upstart.com/macOSCan. The kids continue to be all right with iPhone. Apple Insider has numbers from the latest survey of U.S. teens by Piper Sandler. If the numbers are right, they are stunning. In a survey of 10,000 teenagers across 44 states between the middle of August and middle of September, the firm found teen ownership of iPhone at 87%. That's 9 out of 10 kids toting an iPhone. That is better than Trident numbers. If there's anything worrisome in the survey, it's intent to buy. The piece says the percentage of kids who say their next phone will be an iPhone has dropped from 89% to 88%. In other words, nothing worrisome in the survey. Piper Sandler managing directors Harsh Kumar and Chris Dona are quoted in the piece saying the 87% iPhone ownership and 88% intention to purchase an iPhone metrics are near record highs for the survey and are notable for the maturing premium smartphone market. The analysts go on to say these trends are encouraging as Apple continues to introduce new 5G iPhones, which could provide a significant product cycle refresh. We think these positive trends can also be a catalyst for further services growth as well, as the install base for Apple hardware continues to grow. Continues to grow indeed. Take Apple Watch, for example. Ownership among teens is bigger for Apple's wearable, as are intent to buy and the device's popularity. According to the report, 15% of teens surveyed plan on picking up an Apple Watch in the next 6 months, up from 13% in the previous survey. Ownership by survey respondents stands at 30%, up from 25% in the previous survey. And the cherry on top, Apple Watch is now the most liked watch brand, with 39% of teenagers saying it is their favorite, according to Apple Insider, unseating Rolex, which is now at 35%. As for growth in services, when it comes to paying for things, cash is still tops with kids by a wide margin. At the time of the survey, the piece says cash had been used in the last month by 85% of teenagers. Apple Pay was second, though, used by 35% in the month prior to the survey, up from 32% in the previous one. PayPal was third, with 22% prior month usage, down from 24% in the survey before. Apple has set the date, time, and location for its annual shareholder meeting. The date is Friday, the 4th of March. The time is 9 a.m. Pacific. The place is wherever shareholders happen to be. 9 to 5 Mac has Apple saying that the meeting will be remote this year to provide a safe experience for its shareholders and employees. The meeting is open to shareholders of record on the 3rd of January or earlier. While attendees won't be crowding into any one location, even virtual space is said to be limited. According to Apple, online access to the webcast will open approximately 15 minutes prior to the start of the annual meeting. Attendance at the annual meeting is subject to capacity limits set by the virtual meeting platform provider. Expecting more people than WWDC, are they? Actually, there does seem to be an interactive component. Your vote is important to us, Apple tells shareholders, adding, even if you plan on attending the annual meeting, we encourage you to vote your shares in advance to ensure that your vote will be represented at the annual meeting. While it does not have the pep of an iPhone event, nor the pizzazz of a Mac announcement, Apple Insider says the annual meeting is a good indicator of what the company intends to focus on in the months to come. You know something Apple might discuss at this year's shareholder meeting? The gobs of money made by Apple CEO Tim Cook. I mean, it would be gauche to discuss it, but still might come up, because it was gobs of money. The Wall Street Journal says Cook marked his 10th year as Apple CEO by taking home nearly $100 million in 2021. A separate piece from Cult of Mac puts the exact number at $98.7 million. According to the Journal, the bulk of Mr. Cook's pay increase came from the award of restricted stock units valued at $82.3 million. Mr. Cook's base salary of $3 million remained unchanged. According to an Apple filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission, our executive compensation program is designed to motivate and reward outstanding performance in a straightforward, consistent, and effective way, commensurate with Apple's size, performance, and profitability. And profit the company has. The Journal points out Apple has benefited from a new iPhone with 5G cellular capability, and workers and students stuck at home during the pandemic buying laptops and iPad tablets. The company stock rose about 80% last year. If you've got read receipts turned off on messages for iOS, you may only think you have them turned off. Apple Insider highlights a hold-on-to-your-hat Macworld report that says some folks who have turned read receipts off are sending them anyway. I can't imagine you don't know what they are, but just in case, Apple says when Send Read Receipts is on, people are notified when you have read their messages. I'm not always ready to respond, so I leave that option off. And hopefully it's staying off. Indications are that a number of people are sending them against their own wishes. What stinks is the only way I can imagine them finding out that they're sending read receipts is when people with whom they're texting say, "I know you read my message." Apple Insider says it was unable to reproduce the bug, leading that site to see the issue as sporadic. The site also says a simple reboot of an iPhone or iPad could fix the issue temporarily. It's likely that Apple will provide a patch in a future version of iOS 15, according to the report. More news in a moment, but first a word from Headspace. Meditation made simple. Does the idea of meditation intimidate you? I know it used to intimidate me. It was one of the Headspace guided meditations that hit me to this idea. There is no right way or wrong way to do this. There's no right way to breathe, and there's no right way to think. We're simply creating a greater awareness of how we breathe and how we think, and it begins just by being. You can't do this wrong, but to get the benefits, you do have to do it. The Headspace app on your phone or tablet makes it easy, though. You can do quick SOS meditations, longer single exercises, or full courses of meditation. I know that Headspace has helped me deal with stress and anxiety over the past year. Headspace makes it easy to learn and maintain a meditation practice that I do believe will improve your mood and help you feel happier. Find some Headspace at headspace.com/macOSken and get 1 month free of their entire meditation library. This is the best Headspace offer available, so go to headspace.com/macOSken today. headspace.com/macOSken. A Facebook response to a story this week leaves one with a question. Did we get bad information from the information, or is Facebook trying to fool us? Earlier this week, the information reported that the social network had scrapped plans to build its own operating system for augmented reality and virtual reality devices. It would instead continue to use customized versions of Android for future Oculus hardware and other hardware of its ilk. Now, a piece from 9 to 5 Mac says Facebook has refuted that story. Gabriel All, VP of Reality Labs Engineering for the company, took to Twitter to say, "There are several technical directions we're pursuing in our efforts to build Reality Labs operating systems. We're still working on a highly specialized OS for our devices. We remain very much invested in this work and continue to dedicate the resources necessary to build this. We are growing this team, not shrinking it." Sounds like an outright refutation to me, though not to the folks at 9 to 5 Mac. They say a highly specialized OS for our devices could easily describe the same approach used on current Oculus devices, namely a very tailored version of Android. So the statement may mean nothing more than that the company continues to work on this path, having indeed abandoned plans to build its own OS from scratch. I can't help wondering whether 9 to 5 Mac reads it that way because of a total trust in the information or a total lack of trust in Facebook. Whatever the case, that is where the story stands now. One of the directors of Mac system architecture has left the big round building. The Mac Observer says after 8 years at Apple, Jeff Wilcox is returning to his previous employer, Intel. According to the Mac Observer, Wilcox led the transition from Intel chips to Apple Silicon and also developed the system-on-chip, or SoC, and system architecture behind the T2 coprocessor. He is now an Intel Fellow working on SoC architecture for the chipmaker's clients. In a farewell to Apple post on LinkedIn, Wilcox said, "It has been an incredible ride, and I could not be prouder of all we accomplished during my time there, culminating in the Apple Silicon transition with the M1, M1 Pro, and M1 Max SoCs and systems. I will dearly miss all of my Apple colleagues and friends, but I am looking forward to the next journey." And finally today, Apple looks set for a triumph with the tragedy of Macbeth. iDownload blog says Apple on Thursday released an official trailer for the film. Kind of funny since it's actually been in theaters for a couple of weeks. And again, the source material is about 500 years old, so maybe they thought a trailer wasn't that important. This trailer, well, I don't know if trailers can be important, but this one is knock your socks off stunning, in my opinion. Shot in black and white, the cinematography and art direction are just incredible. Seriously, this trailer, well, it does what you want a trailer to do. The film stars Denzel Washington, Frances McDormand, Catherine Hunter, Corey Hawkins, Brendan Gleeson, and others. It's directed by Joel Cohen. Be warned, the film is rated R for violence. The tragedy of Macbeth hits Apple TV Plus next Friday, the 14th of January. Between now and then, you can catch the seriously stunning trailer on YouTube. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Upstart. Fair and fast personal loans. Learn more and check your rate at upstart.com/macOSCan. This show is also sponsored by Headspace. Meditation made simple. Get a free 1-month trial at headspace.com/macOSCan. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media. Online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macoscan.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.